everybody. Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over some alkaline water or some bullshit like that. I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by the witchy Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back. Burn them candles.
It's been forever.
Yeah, and you have a new hobby, I see. You're over here burning candles and doing spells.
I might have been doing a quartz cutting spell.
I don't know what that means, so you're gonna have to educate us on that.
Let's say you wanted to get a negative energy out of your life.
Okay.
You would there's a spell you can do with candles where there's like a cord between them and you light both candles.
Oh, okay.
And it cuts the...
Okay.
Have I not sent you these videos from TikTok? I think I sent them to Steven.
No.
They were just so dramatic.
I mean, you probably did, but it was probably in the middle of 87 of them that you sent to me over the course of 3 days. I mean, I saw one that you posted yesterday, maybe this week anyway, and you were doing a cord cutting spell, and I actually thought it was cord cutting, cutting cable out of your life, cable television. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was so confused. I was like, why would you do a spell for that? You were doing it for a friend, right?
Yeah, I was doing it for a friend.
I was like, damn, if this person just wants a fucking Hulu account, I'll just fucking give them my fucking login.
Well, I'm always telling my friend Kevin, I'm like, I'll sign in on my Paramount Plus account at your house if you really want to watch the rest of Criminal Minds.
Yeah, you want to see how things wrapped up with Mandy Patinkin?
He left after 2 seasons. And then they killed his character off in season 10.
Off screen though, right? Like they just told you he died?
They investigate his murder.
Is he really on it for 2 seasons? I thought he was on it for
Yeah, it's only 2 seasons with Mandy Patinkin.
I thought he was on it at least 5.
Nope, he is the second of the profilers to leave.
Oh,
The first one was the first girl profiler in the team. But she sucked. You could tell she was not going to last past the pilot episode. You knew in the pilot she was not going to last long. Oh,
okay. She was just kind of a dud of a character. It's kind of...
I was just there's... when you watch a pilot and you can kind of tell, which character is going to stick around.
Yeah.
Who's really important. She was not that important.
Were they basing the show around her, or was she just a tertiary character?
Main profilers were Mandy Patinkin and Thomas Gibson.
Oh, yeah. Our boy, Thomas Gibson. What was his name? Greg? Yeah. Dahmer and Greg? Yeah.
Aaron Hotchner on Criminal Minds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he goes by Hotch.
Yes.
What a time to be alive.
Yes.
R.I.P. Mandy Patinkin's character, whose murder gets investigated in season 10. We hardly knew ye.
Yeah.
He left the show because he thought it was too dark or something, right? It was interfering with his life.
Yeah, he said it was too violent, and then he went and did Homeland, which was apparently more violent than Criminal Minds.
Yeah, Homeland's pretty fucking deep, man. It's a pretty dark show. Shit gets real on that show. So I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe he just wanted to be on a cable network, a pay cable network.
I don't know.
He wanted to hang out with Claire Danes. He was a big Claire Danes stan, maybe.
Maybe.
Good for them. You know what? They got a nice, that was on for a while, too, Homeland, right?
Yeah, that ran for a few... I never watched it. It's not my kind of thing to watch. I think we've very much clearly over the years shown that I am more drawn to a sitcom than these dark, cerebral shows.
Yeah, I watched the first season of Homeland, and then it was all right, I feel they pretty much told the story they need to tell, and then it just kind of got strung out for I don't know, at least 5 more seasons. I don't know, it was a big to do though. People were talking about it. It was a hot heavy hit. It was that show, Breaking Bad, and I feel there was one other one that people were going bananas over for so long.
Yeah. I know there's another one, and was it Dexter?
Yeah, Dexter. It's was Ray Donovan ever a thing? Or does that just exist?
It exists. I don't think it was as big of a thing as those 3.
They made a movie. They made a Ray Donovan movie. So I guess people were into it.
There's a Ray Donovan movie, really?
Maybe on HBO or Showtime or whatever it was on, but
see, we don't even know which one it was on. That's how
I think it was Showtime because I never had Showtime. So I couldn't really tell you what was on Showtime.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just think a lot of those shows get more, like, just because they're on paid cable channels, like Showtime or HBO, but because they're not on a network, even like Breaking Bad, they get more attention and get called creative genius, even though they're really not that much.
I mean,
the biggest difference is they can go past what a network censor would allow. That's really it. And I think if you can tell your story in the confines of a network censor, I think that's actually better creative genius.
That is true. Yeah.
That's just my thought. And I can get told I am a crazy bitch later.
All right. Well, send her a tweet at CatDVS and tell her she's a bitch. And I don't know. Better watch out, though, because she's into magic now. And she's got candles, so she'll send some negative energy your way. So maybe think about it. Think before you speak. That's my PSA right there. Let's cue the more you know, like, rainbow sound effect going across the screen. All right. Who cares about Showtime and Ray Donovan and Live Schreiber, whatever his name is? We loved you on Scream 1 and 2, but that's about it.
I mean, he was in Scream 3 for like 5 minutes.
I think he was in Scream 3 longer than he's in Scream 1. I think he's just like on like a TV set in Scream 1. So, yeah, like he's just like on like the background, like on a TV screen. Then he gets fucking his like throat cut open by fucking, I don't know, Sidney Prescott's like half brother. I don't know. Fucking horrible movie, Scream 3. We don't talk about that one.
The only good thing about Scream 3 is Patrick Dempsey.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that. I did like what's her name, Parker Posey. She was like a good.
Oh yes, yeah. That's the second is Parker Posey as the actress who plays Gale Weathers.
Yes,
her driving Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers crazy the entire time.
I want a spin-off series of like just them two like having to go on like I don't know like a business trip together or something. Like they end up working at the same place. And, I don't know, they become, like, partners or something, and they have to, like, I don't know, like, go on Good Morning America or something together. I don't know.
I feel like that would have been something Gale put in her contract of, this is never allowed to happen.
I don't know. Do you think in that world, in the Scream world, that, like, Gale Weathers really has, like, that kind of pull, though?
I think she does. I think she has a lot of pull with whichever network she's on. I think she has really, like... She has, like, climbed her way up.
Actually, you know what? She did have a pretty fucking bomb condo in Scream 6, though, so she probably does make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She has a sky-rise apartment, like, top level. She probably has, like, a fucking swimming pool on the balcony.
She's probably making, like, that Megyn Kelly kind of money.
Yeah.
When she was at Fox News and then moved to NBC, like that kind of money.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I need to, like, I really want, like, a side spin-off of just, like, Gale's life when she's not involved and, like, someone trying to kill her. Like, just normal day-to-day Gale Weathers.
Just normal Gale Weathers.
Yeah. Like, do you think she just talks about this to everybody, or she, like, gets involved in other shit? Like, she's, like, solving other crimes?
I think she's probably the go-to,
murder mystery girl?
Yeah. But this is like her bread and butter is Ghostface.
Yeah, she's been involved in so many.
She can't avoid him.
Yeah.
Especially now that she and him actually came like face to face and had a phone call.
I bet people eat that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to live in that world and just have to like listen to like the Ghostface killing podcasts like that exist in this world. You know, there's so many of them.
Oh my god,
that'd be a good idea. We should do like a spin-off series and just like pretend we live in that world and we're doing a podcast about the Ghostface killings.
Oh my god, like it's just so wild if you think about it.
It is.
Like no matter what, Gale for sure cannot escape this.
No, I kind of feel bad for her. You know what?
Like Sydney finally did, even though. Not gonna lie, it felt wrong. The entire movie felt wrong without Sydney.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was cheating on her, you know? Like, it's like I didn't invite her to a party.
Samantha is no Sydney. She doesn't have that final girl energy you need.
Nah, and how do we feel about Jenna Ortega? Like, I don't know if I like her or not.
I don't know either. Like, everything I see her in, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I like you. Like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I kind of like you, and then I just see too much of her, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused by this woman's presence.
Same.
All right. Anyway, enough of that. I feel like we,
What are we here to discuss today, Patrick? What is our actual topic?
Oh my god, I am so excited about this, because I used to watch the hell out of this show.
Same.
At least the first season, and I kind of, like, trailed off in, like, the later years, but I tried. We are going back to 1992. I was, like, in the 5th grade, junior high, things were cooking.
Junior high? What are you talking about?
5th grade was junior high for me.
Oh, I was still in the elementary school. We were, like, the kings of the school this year.
Oh, no, I'm, like, the new kid on the block. I'm just, like, a little kid with, like 7th graders running around, like, pushing me into things.
Oh my god, I have another year away from that then.
I was, like, still playing with action figures at this time. And then, like, the next year, like, suddenly, like, I had to, like, not be into that stuff anymore, and it was tough. It was tough, because, like, Power Rangers came out, and I really wanted to get into it, but I couldn't let anyone know. I was like, if people knew I was into Power Rangers, I'd be a laughingstock.
I mean, this is totally the year of the Beverly Hills 90210 dolls.
Yes, I was, like, super into Beverly Hills 90210 this year, too. Like, I think I was, like, really, like, getting into it this year, because I was, like...
This was the year I was finally allowed to watch.
I mean, I think I was, like, always allowed to watch it, but I just didn't for some reason. And then, like, this year, I don't know, I wanted to know, like, what was going to happen between Kelly and Brenda now that Brenda found out that fucking Dylan was sticking it into Kelly, so I just needed to know. You can see that, like, the fallout from this. And I think this is, like, the same year that Dylan's dad came back.
I think so.
Josh Taylor played him this year. He, like, wasn't that other guy that played him for, like, 2 episodes in season 1?
Yes, Josh Taylor. He's iconic.
Yes. All right. So we're doing Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, which is just, at least the first season was just a great show. Just great vibe. It was funny. It was, like, young adult humor. And they really, like, youngerized it for later seasons. Like, they made it more, like, kid-friendly. But the first season was, like, definitely, like, for teens, maybe, like, 20-year-olds. And, like, I don't know, probably, like, moms and dads out there that liked watching TV with their 16-year-old.
Yeah. It's, like, it's definitely a show a family can have on together.
Yeah, but it was, like, still a little, like, risque. Like, there's, like, a boob joke in this episode. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, they talk about boobs in the episode that we did. So we decided, because it's been a long-ass time, I haven't watched this show probably since, like, 94 or something. So I'm like, let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the very beginning. Let's see how things started. So we did season 1, episode 1. And it's actually called The Presentation, which, like, I'm thinking this was, like, a pilot presentation to, like, the network. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's 100%, like, this is the actual, like, full-on pilot that we watched. It doesn't have its own set, so it's in one of the most iconic TV sitcom homes. And, can we just, okay, I don't want to get into that yet, because it's, like, spoilers for the episode.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it a little bit. But I think, do you want to recreate this world? Do you want to go back to this night that it premiered?
Yeah, let's go back to September 1992.
Because I think we're going to get a Rare Cat 5 tonight, I think we're going to get a Rare Cat 5. I don't know.
I am shook at the concept.
I don't know. I probably somehow watched everything that was on television tonight. And I don't know how, because I definitely remember everything on here.
Okay. He never tells me any of this beforehand, guys, so these are always my, like, live reactions.
Yeah, I lock this shit in the vault. This is, like, under lock and key. It's like the store in Pretty Woman. You gotta, like, the store clerk has to hit a button so Julia Roberts can come into the store. Like, it's that kind of...
Just so they can be a bitch to her?
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like, that's what I do. Like, you could probably easily just look this up online, but you don't for some reason, and then I just unleash it on you.
It's your thing, so.
It's my thing. All right. So we're going back to September 22nd, 1992. It's a Tuesday night.
Okay.
Things are cooking. Tuesday night was, like, a hot night.
Okay.
A big night for television. All the heavy hitters are coming out. The big guns, the big shows, the big movies, the big specials. I don't know. So, you ready? You ready? You sitting down?
I am, like, on the edge of my seat.
All right.
I am ready.
Things kick off at 8 o'clock. We're going to start with our boys at the alphabet, ABC. Can you take a guess? I know you know this.
Okay, we're going to start off with Full House.
Yes.
Then Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. And then Tuesday.
Come on. We've done this. We've talked about it. We still talk about this show.
Roseanne.
Yes. And then, what do you think was on after Roseanne?
The Coach.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just trying to, I was like, ooh, which... 1992. Yeah. I had to think about.
All right. I don't think you're going to get the 10 o'clock show, but I definitely watched this show. 100% watched this show. We may have talked about this show on the air. I don't know. Do you remember a show called Going to Extremes?
We have talked about this. I know we've talked about this.
Yes. All right.
I don't remember the show, but I know we have talked about this.
Okay. So this was a show. It was like a med school in like the Caribbean.
I watched this.
Yes. It had Erica Alexandra on it, who went on to play Maxine on Living Single.
Iconic.
Yeah. It was only on for like one season. I don't even think it was on for like a full season. I feel like it tried to go for like Northern Exposure vibes. This was like a response to Northern Exposure.
Northern Exposure in the tropics. It had 2 seasons.
It had 2 seasons. Okay. I did not know that.
A total of 17 episodes, to be fair, though.
Okay. It was definitely, like, they did, like, a fish out of water vibe. Erica Alexander plays, like, a med school student. And she goes, like, out of her comfort zone, and she's living in some Caribbean island, and, I don't know, things are wild, and she has to, like, try to be, like, a smart student and, like, keep up with her studies, but things are, like, fun and sexy all around her. And she's, I don't know, getting into trouble and, like, getting into mischief, and, I don't know. Maybe there's a mystery, too. I can't remember exactly. I don't know. It was such a great show. I totally remember watching it all the time. And
yeah, I remember watching it.
It's kind of.
This is one of those shows that like has pieces burned in my brain as core memories, and I couldn't have told you what the title was.
Do you know who's on this show? The guy that you like from Another World. The guy with the long hair, the long white hair. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh my.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the guy.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I'm like. Kicking myself
like the old guy
right now because he played Carl.
Yeah, Carl from Another World.
Charles Keating.
Yes, Charles Keating. Like the one that like every 38-year-old like mom in the like mid to late 90s wanted to fuck. Like he just had this like long gray sexy hair. He had like a deep voice, like abs still. He was like old but he had abs.
Oh, he had that romance with Rachel, and they got married, and they had the twins, and then he died, and then he came right back right before the series ended.
Yeah. Oh, like, they, like, wrote him off the show, and, like, 40-year-old women around America were fucking livid. There was, like, writing campaigns. People, like, there was riots in the street. Ugh. It was, like, a scary world to, like, be in at that time. You don't fuck with daytime moms, no.
I mean, we've got over not to mess with soap Twitter.
Oh, yeah. And this is, like, before Twitter, so, like to be vocal,
this is, like, before, really, the internet.
Yeah, you had to, like, march to, like, I don't know, like, the NBC headquarters and, like, throw shit at fucking Warren Littlefield.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. You ready for CBS? I think CBS has got a pretty lit night, too.
Okay, what's going on at CBS? Because I know I was watching ABC.
And I was somehow watching CBS, too. So maybe I had my VCR going on in, like, every fucking room this weekend. Or week. Things kick off at 8 o'clock with Rescue 911.
Okay.
Had William Shatner, he hosted, it was kind of like a pseudo-reality show, but it was just, like, reenactments of, like, actual 911 phone calls.
Yeah.
And like, so sometimes you had like, I don't know, like a kid falling down a well, or maybe like, I don't know, like a little girl running with scissors and like accidentally like runs into her dad. I don't know, maybe a car accident or a drowning. Like there was always like something so crazy. And I just remember thinking the world was like the scary place.
Yeah.
Like I was like every day of my life, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Make sure there's a phone nearby just in case I have to call 911. And then I was always like worried about like who would play me in my reenactments. So I was like, I don't know, like maybe the kid from fucking Neverending Story can play me. Who knows? I was like, he kind of looks like me. I don't know. He might be too old now, though.
I always thought I'd have to be like on Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah, me too. I was like, it'd be like nighttime, and I'd leave like my Game Boy in the car, and I'd have to like go outside real quick to get my Game Boy. And I thought there'd be like a, I don't know, like a UFO or a fucking child predator out there. And I'd be like snatched up and, I don't know, never seen again. And then, I don't know, Unsolved Mysteries comes rolling into my neighborhood and they're doing this like whole story about me. And they're going to get...
Whatever happened to Patrick M. Dunn?
They're getting some like up-and-coming actor to play me. I don't know, like maybe like a young JTT's playing me like before he's big, before he thinks that'd pop in on Home Improvement. Always worried about that. And then it was like, would kids at school talk about me? Like, what would they say? I always like wonder about stuff like that.
He lit up the room, Patrick. You lit up the room.
Yeah, he was just a loving boy. He lit up the room. Meanwhile, like, no one ever fucking talked to me.
Right? Like, come on.
Posthumously love me. All right. You want to go to the movies?
Yeah, what's happening on at the movies? What movie do we have tonight?
All right, we have a CBS Tuesday movie special. Oh yeah,
we love those.
All right. Subject matter of this is the woman in jeopardy genre.
Okay. So
this is a movie called With a Vengeance. Do you know this by the title?
Okay.
The plot synopsis is it's about a woman with amnesia. She's working as a nanny for a divorced lawyer, and she's now stalked by a psychopath whose grisly crime she witnessed 6 years earlier. And then, with the love and support of her employer and his son, she is able to face her horrifying past and outwit the crazed killer. Starring Melissa Gilbert and Matthew Lawrence, who I'm guessing plays the employer's son, because he was probably pretty young at this point, right? You think? Yeah.
Matt Lawrence is just a little older than us. So.
Yeah, you know what? He probably would play me on my Unsolved Mysteries episode.
But you know who else is in this movie, Patrick?
Who's that?
Made-for-TV movie favorite, iconic TV dad, Michael Gross.
Oh, yes, Family Ties guy.
Yes.
Yes, oh yeah, shout out to him. Hey, did I ever tell you? I don't think we've ever talked about this.
Dude.
What?
The professor was in this.
Like Gilligan's Island skipper?
Yes.
Oh, we got to find this. We got to track this down.
Yeah, we need to see this one.
All right. Side note. Have I ever told you this? I don't think I've ever told you this in my life, but I have a friend that looks like the dad from Family Ties.
Seriously?
I'll send you a link to his Facebook page. Remind me later on. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Looks spitting image of Michael Gross. Actually, like, multiple people have said that. Like, I've heard this multiple times. Like, I thought it in my head, like, the first time I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else met him and was like, oh my god, he kind of looks like the dad from Family Ties. And I was like, yes.
Well, then you gotta be around people who actually get that reference, too.
All right. I don't have any Fox data, so I don't know. Maybe they didn't have anything tonight. Who knows?
This is still Fox building themselves, so probably not.
Yeah. Maybe they like Tuesday night was for the local outlets. All right. So we're gonna go to NBC. We're gonna head over to the Peacock, and we're gonna see what they're strutting tonight.
Okay.
All right. This is a 2-hour presentation, part 1 and part 2 of Quantum Leap.
Oh.
This is a big episode. I remember this episode. I've probably seen like maybe 8 episodes total of Quantum Leap in my life, and I've totally seen this. I've totally seen this one. The episode is titled October 5th, 1957 to November 22nd, 1963. And it's when, I can't remember, Scott Bakula, Sam was his name? No, Sam was the other guy. Was it Sam?
Yeah, his name was Sam. Yeah, Scott Bakula was Sam.
I thought Sam was the other guy, though. I don't remember.
No.
Anyway, Scott Bakula jumps into the body of Lee Harvey Oswald.
I knew it was going there. I knew it was going to the Kennedy assassination.
Yes. I just core memory unlocked when I read that. I remember this episode. I just remember it like, I remember the commercials for this, and like I was like torn. I was Natalie Imbruglia torn because I wanted to watch that.
This is like the peak start of like the Kennedy conspiracy.
Yeah. I think
I feel like this is where people really started going, what really happened? Like, I'm sure people talked about before, but like this is around the time I feel like we start getting the TV specials and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think like the Oliver Stone JFK movie came out like a year or two before this, so like it
something like
started
that maybe
peaking interest. So and then we're like a year before the 30th anniversary.
Yeah, JFK came out in 1991. So
okay, yeah. So people started like talking about this again. It was like in the zeitgeist, and then like we're a year out from the like 30-year anniversary, so it was like really starting to cook again.
Ramp
Things
up.
are cooking. Yeah. You know what? We're coming up to an anniversary now. We have like 60th anniversary like this year.
Shit, we do.
Yeah, we're creeping. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do this episode for the anniversary.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, who knows?
We make no promises anymore.
Yeah, we got like big goals for this show. Like we're talking about like Kaylee Cuoco month, and it'll probably never happen.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Cuoco Vision, Kaylee Cuoco Vision. Yeah, it's coming.
That is gonna happen.
It might even start next week. You never know. You never fucking know.
Like we are both in the middle of like Kaylee binges.
Shout out to the show I haven't watched yet. What's it called? Based on a true story. Yeah, based on a true story. Great.
I literally just finished that like 20 minutes before we started.
Based on a good concept. Is it? I'm getting like Only Murders in the Building vibe though. Is it kind of like that?
A little. Like it starts off a little bit like that, but it's this crazy other, totally different wild journey
that only Kaylee Cuoco could give us, right? Like only she could do this. Like no one else could play her, right?
No, nobody else. No, Kaylee Cuoco is perfect as Ava.
Oh yeah, you know what? Kaylee Cuoco just needs to be like, we need like a Kaylee Cuoco day. Like her birthday needs to be like a holiday. Like the banks are closed. There's no mail that day. Like that's like she's so like underrated. Like very very underrated actress. She doesn't get her due.
She really doesn't. Like, people just, like, look down on her, and it's like, F you guys. Do you not realize, like, how good she is? No, because you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I remember when 8 Simple Rules, like, first came out, and, like, at first I thought she was just, like, the dumb, like, teen character. Like, I'm like, oh, fucking another one of these, like, blonde girls who's just, like, kind of, like, just going against her dad. And, like, no. Like, she was great on that show. Like, she was wonderful. Like,
oh gosh, so good as Bridget, so good.
And then, like, even on Big Bang Theory, like, I was just like, at first I was just like not into the concept of the show. I'm like, this is just like a dumb idea for a show. And then it's like, oh shit, like Penny's like a great character. Like she evolved. And then she's even on like that crappy like final season of Charmed. But I was like, you know what? Let's cut over to see what I don't know, her character's up to. Like, I don't care like about fucking
Billy
Alyssa Milano anymore. Ugh. Like, let's see what Billy's up to. She was like a cousin, right?
Like, literally, she's the only reason I watched any of the final season of Charmed.
Yeah, like, what? She's like a Hallowell cousin that like they like rolled into town one day and like never left.
I don't even remember. I just remember she was like, she's a witch and she doesn't understand her powers.
Oh yeah.
And there's like something with her sister and they need the power of the 3 Hallowell sisters to help and reunite them with their parents.
Like, that show was just a complete farce, like, after Shannon Doherty left. But for some reason, I stuck with it till the very end. I sat through there. I remember watching an episode, like, Alyssa Milano turns into, like a mermaid. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Ugh, Alyssa Milano. Blah.
I know. What a dud she turned out to be.
Awful.
I know. Like, I was, like, so excited for like a Who's the Boss reunion, and then I'm like, do I really want to like sit through like this? Like, I'll watch it for Tony Danza, but I don't know if I could actually put up with
Yeah, like you put on Who's the Boss for Tony Danza and Judith. It's not for Alyssa, it's not for Danny.
No.
It's for Tony and Judith. That's who it's for.
And Mona. You forgot about Mona.
But she's gone now.
I know, but you know what? They could put her portrait, like a giant fucking portrait hanging on the fucking wall.
Which is totally something Mona would put in her will.
It would be.
It's like, here's this giant portrait of me to hang above your fireplace or something.
You know what? I hope the first episode we get like someone walking in on on Judith Light in the bathroom, like coming out of the shower. Like, I hope that's the first episode.
Just like the pilot and the finale.
Yes. Like, I have an idea where it's like, Who's the Boss in, like, they need, like, a new boss, or what, they need a new, like, a manny in the house. They hire this guy, and he walks in on fucking Judith Light. Or, you know what? Fuck it, he walks in on Tony Danza and Judith Light. Like, they're in the shower going at it, this guy just walks in. And then, I don't know, then there's sexual tension between the 3 of them for fucking 8 seasons. I want that as a show. Peacock or Paramount Plus, make it happen. Wherever the show's gonna land.
It was freebie. It was Amazon. It was the free Amazon thing.
Oh, it's gonna be on there?
Yeah, it's not even like on one of like the major streamers.
Oh, so it's gonna be like that weird...
Actually, I think it might have gotten stopped. I don't know.
Wait, did it already come out? Is it already out? Oh, okay. Because that was like the Mad About You like free Amazon show like came out and like it was out for like 6 months before I even knew it was out. I was like, wait, this came out?
Well, that one came out. It was on a specific like cable company.
Oh, Spectrum?
On like one of their specific channels.
Yeah, it was on like Spectrum or something. Like nobody could watch it, and then like Amazon Freevee got it or something.
Like Amazon Prime has it. I watched it. Ugh.
Is it any good? I haven't watched it.
It was pretty good.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out when I check out fucking whatever the Hunger Games, whatever we're talking about pre-podcast.
Hunger Games. You still have to watch and read all the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I just bought the books on Audible with my points, so we'll tell you how it goes. I'm going to ask you the age-old question. I'm dying to know what you think of this night. Like, how many like Caribbean fucking party med schools would you give this night?
This is like a nice night. It really is. Like, you got a little something for everybody. I like those nights. This is Rare Cap 5.
Yes, me too. You get like a woman in peril story. You get, I don't know, a conspiracy theory of a JFK assassination. You get some, I don't know, family shows on ABC. You get, I don't know, like a wild fucking go into extremes type show. Like everyone's having fun tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Like it's a good night.
And then like Dateline's the cake topper. Like, I don't know, maybe they're talking about like whatever's big that year. I don't know, like we're ramping up about Jurassic Park, and I talked to Steven Spielberg tonight on Dateline. I don't know. Do they do lighthearted stuff on Dateline, or is it only like murder?
They used to do lighthearted stuff. Now it's only murder.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember like things would be a little lighthearted.
It'd be like
Steven Spielberg is up to the world's greatest movie.
Yeah, it used to like those news magazine shows like Dateline 2020. You know, they used to have like some personal interest stories.
Yeah, I remember watching like a 2020 about like Nintendo. Nintendo is the hottest Christmas present this year.
I remember watching a 2020 about koalas.
Oh, okay.
And I just remember koala factoid. John Stossel saying that like multiple times in this story.
I remember John Stossel like going like to like the Howard Stern show whenever like that was becoming like the rage, and him like talking, sitting down with Robin and Howard and like, the world hates you guys, but yet you're still the most listened to program on radio. And I don't know, so like they definitely didn't always just do murder. Bring it back, you know what? Bring back those fun times. I want like a news magazine show about like, I don't know, like a book club or something.
This book club has currently read all the Colleen Hoover books, and now the leader is suspected of murder.
That's what it would totally be.
That's totally what it would be.
Are you ready to hang with our boy, Mr. Cooper, Marc Curry?
I'm so ready to hang with Mr. Cooper.
Oh my god. So this show, it was on for 5 seasons. It had a respectable run. It hit the syndicated. It was on for a few years. It was on like, I don't know, like Fox Family, ABC Family, or whatever it was for a while. Like,
yeah.
It was created by Jeff Franklin, and we know him as the mastermind behind Full House and, I don't know, like Family Matters and shit like that.
Perfect Strangers. A good chunk of the ABC comedy lineup of the 90s.
Yes, like a good-ass chunk. And so this show, like the original premise, it was kind of like, so it was Marc Curry, Holly Robinson, and Dawnn Lewis. They were like the original 3.
Yes.
And they all like they like rent a house together in like Oakland, California.
Yes.
And they're like young 20-somethings, like out of college, just like sort of trying to start their career. They're not like really sure what they want to do yet, and trying to like make it in this crazy 90s.
So Mark is like, he tried to get into the NBA and couldn't. So now he's a substitute teacher.
Yeah. And like, he's kind of like the third wheel. So I think like Holly Robinson and Dawnn Lewis, like they already like live together. And
yeah, so like the girls were like friends in college. They were sorority sisters. Mark is Robin, who was played by Dawnn Lewis, like her childhood best friend.
Yeah, they've known each other since the 3rd grade, I think she says in this episode.
Something like that. And it's her idea for Mark to move in with her and Vanessa so that their rent can go down a little bit and like he has a place to live because things fell apart for him like not too long before the start of the series.
Things didn't work out with him getting onto the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now he's trying to find a job, and I guess he, like, his backup plan. So he probably, like, was in college and just took, like, education maybe as a,
major, yeah.
As a major, and he's like, whatever. Like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to be the next Michael Jordan. And meanwhile, he, like, doesn't make the team. He gets cut, like, right away. Now he's, like, down in the dumps, and he just, like, sits at home and just watches, I don't know, like, reruns of Different Strokes all day. It is wearing those, like those windbreaker, like, jumpsuits that everyone wore in the 90s. Those, like, neon colors. Because I think that's, like, all he wears in this episode.
Oh, my God, those jumpsuits.
I was so envious of that when I was watching this. Like, I was watching this, and, like, I wish I could be wearing one of those right now. Like, making all those swishing noises when I walked around. I could hear you coming from a mile away.
Like, I think we all had them. And then I'm like, how did those last very long? I feel like those were not very durable stuff. But maybe I'm just wrong. I don't think I actually ever had a pair of those pants, though.
Oh, I totally had those. I had so many of those. I would wear those things all the time. Like, my parents, well, just at least my mom anyway, would just buy those things for me.
Yeah.
I had, like, orange, yellow, blue, red, green, like, every color. Like, that's what I wore to school, like, on a daily basis. I gotta dig up pictures.
I'm pretty sure this is, like, a leggings era for me. Leggings and an oversized t-shirt, I think.
One of those, like, Looney Tunes t-shirts where they were, like, dressed like hip-hop stars.
100% a Looney Tunes t-shirt. 100%. Because that's, like, everything, like, the Looney Tunes characters were on everything.
And did you ever have the Flintstone ones?
Like, my mom didn't do the Flintstones with us much because her name was Wilma.
Bad blood between Wilmas? What?
Like, every time she met, like, one of the new, like, Hispanic moms at the school who barely spoke English, they would always go, Wilma! Like Fred Flintstone.
Oh, my God. I wish I could hear that. I wish she had video of that. You need to find like an old VHS recording of that.
I wish I had video of a lot of things from back to then, but I don't.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about the opening scene, because I feel like this is your bread and butter.
Okay. I love this opening scene. So Mark is just like chilling in his house, and it's lightly decorated. There's not like a whole lot of decor around. There is this picture above the mantle though, of the Seaver family. The house we are in belonged to the Seavers until their show ended this past season. And Mark's just chilling, and in walks Jason Seaver, aka Alan Thicke, and there's this whole conversation between the two of them. And Alan Thicke's like, oh no, we weren't canceled, we were retired. If you can make it 7 years on TV, they'll retire your show. And I was like, that's actually a really like kind of sweet way to look at it, instead of like, you were canceled, you're no good. I kind of like the idea of the show retired.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember though, when we went into the last season of Growing Pains, like, did we know it was the last season of Growing Pains?
I don't think they knew right away.
But I mean, there's definitely closure.
Yes. Oh, there is 100% closure with the Seavers at the end of the series. 100% there's closure. Yeah, they leave the house. Jason, Ben, and Chrissy move to Washington, D.C. because Maggie's going to be like a press secretary. Carol moves in like with the boyfriend. Like, they brought Tracy Gold back for the final episode.
Yeah, I just remember her looking a little ill in that final moment.
Yeah, she came out of rehab.
They just wheeled her back to the Growing Pains set and was like, all right, like, just do a scene.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, definitely exploitation right there, 100%. I
mean, it was not the healthiest work environment for her.
No, like especially like Kirk Cameron, like, wasn't he like a dick to her too?
Yeah, Kirk was.
From what I remember,
Kirk was a dick to a lot of people on that set. Like, he started out being like great, but it's when he got with his wife that things started to change. And now we have what he is now.
Yeah, definitely like a tonal shift in the series and the character.
Like, there is a difference between how presents himself and his beliefs compared to how his sister does. Like, there is a difference. Like, some people might not see the difference, but if you, like, actually listen to what they're saying and how they're saying it, he is more like brimstone fire, like, come on, this is bad. And she's more like, so this is how I do my Bible study. Like, this is how I do it. I'm going to share with you how I do, like, that kind of, like, there's a difference. Are they both great people? No. But you know what do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference in how they present it.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I totes get what you're saying, but you know how I feel about Candace Cameron Bure, so.
I know.
We've already gone there on this podcast.
Yes.
She could take her dry-ass fucking tuna in a fucking Ziploc bag and, I don't know, suck it is what she can do. Jump in a lake, girl. All right. How would you have felt today if instead of Alan Thicke coming back onto the set of Hanging with Mr. Cooper, what would you do if it was like Kirk Cameron? Like, what would, like, do you think it would be like if his character came back? Would we like cringe right now watching this?
I think we would. Like, it's so sad because he had such immense talent.
Oh yeah, he was going places.
Like, he was gonna be the next Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, he would have had a string of movies. I mean, I even think he was like in a few movies. He had like
yeah.
I know he had that sitcom on the WB, Kirk, for a while, but I mean,
which I did watch.
Yeah, I totally seen episodes, but like that never popped though. That never like hit the mainstream the way some other shows might have.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I feel like after Kirk failed. Mm-hmm. And then he went on those, like, just a tirade. And then we got that, like, that, like, Rapture series of movies, and it was just a downward spiral. So, like, I guess we should consider ourselves lucky we got Alan Thicke to come back a year later and visit the Hanging with Mr. Cooper set, and not Kirk Cameron, because we probably would have not have liked this episode as much.
I mean, it's not even a year later. Like, honestly, Growing Pains had probably just stopped airing. So the set was still up. Like, they hadn't struck it yet.
Yeah, they still had it. They hadn't destroyed it yet.
Like, I feel like the only two people who really would have felt right in that moment would have been either Alan Thicke or Joanna Kearns. But it kind of makes sense that Alan Thicke is handing this over to Mark in a sense.
Because the second episode of Mr. Cooper is a different house, right?
It is a brand new set after the pilot.
Like, it's not just the living room, it's the whole house.
They use the whole set.
Like, we get the kitchens exactly the same. We get that cool little, like, window thing. Felt like I was at home watching this. Like, I felt, like, comfortable in this environment. It was great.
So, like, it's just, like, this nice little moment where he's passing the torch on.
All right. So, take us into, like, the premise.
Well, like, there is this moment because he's back to retrieve the family portrait that was above the mantle. And he's like, and Marc Curry's like, I was where those white people were. And they have this, like, little chat, and he's like, yeah, our show got retired. Your show's going to be, like, in that spot. You know, you want to have, like, 7 years, because then you're retired, you're not canceled. Hanging with Mr. Cooper made it 5 years, but I would say they retired that show at that. Like, it had a good run. Like, 5 seasons is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good run. The final season, though, like, it aired in the summer. Like, ABC, like, withheld it until the summer. It was like that kind of show.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at ABC, but it was one of those shows that got... Same thing happened with Perfect Strangers, though. It got a summer burn-off. It was only 13 episodes.
Yeah, there's this pretty cool, like, passing of the torch thing that goes on. We get a lot of, like, breaking the fourth wall jokes, which, I don't know, I kind of dug. Like, it kind of, like, warmed us up for the show.
It was a good moment.
And then we get the iconic theme song. Like, the first season theme song's awesome.
I love the first season theme song. I do not understand why they kept changing it.
I don't know. No idea. But the first season theme song, it's got the whole cast. So it's Dawnn Lewis, Holly Robinson, and Marc Curry, and joined by En Vogue.
Yes, it's so 90s. This is, like, beautifully, classically 90s.
This is peak En Vogue. Like, En Vogue, like, My Lovin', Never Gonna Get It, What a Man.
Yes.
Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. Like, all these songs are probably, like, top of the charts right now.
Oh, yeah, totally, 100%.
And like En Vogue's like dancing around the cast, like we're getting all this fun like Cooper, like that little like harmonizing of the voices. Like I just remember like jam into this song. Like I wanted this like on CD. Like I even like had they stuck with this version of the theme song, it probably would have rivaled the Fresh Prince theme song. Like those two would have been like contenders. Could have been a contender.
100%.
I wish like we were still singing this today. Like they play it in a bar today, like the way they play the Fresh Prince theme song every now and then. Like, I wish they still did that.
Oh my god.
Such a good vibe.
That would be amazing. Could you imagine? Like, the core memory it would probably open for people who probably haven't thought of this show in, like, decades.
Come on, someone on TikTok, discover Hanging with Mr. Cooper, bring it back. Start Coop Talk, make it popular again. Let the Gen Z find it and do their thing with it. Burn a candle for that one, Cat Hall, said the author. Burn a candle for that one.
Oh, I don't know if we really want Gen Z to find it. Gen Z finds stuff and then they get, like, they're still upset about Eminem.
Do you think there's something in here?
Yeah.
But do you think there's anything that's, like, overly, like, sensitive in this episode, though?
Not this episode. I think they would have a lot of questions about the second episode.
Michelle Tanner comes, like, to visit, right? In the second episode, if I remember things correctly.
Yes, it's the one where he's Michelle's substitute teacher, and she breaks his butt, basically, somehow. Like, she makes him fall.
Oh.
And then, like, Jessie just leaves her there for hours.
Oh.
So that Michelle can take care of Mr. Cooper while the roommates have a party with their sorority sisters.
And, like,
there's so much there.
Like, so Uncle Jesse just drops Michelle off and just, like, splits? Like, at her teacher's house?
Yes, at her substitute teacher's house.
Oh, yeah, Gen Z will have a fucking field day with that.
Like, I was sitting there,
they probably would call a fucking Mr. Cooper a groomer.
I was sitting here watching it, I was just like, OMG, Jessie did not just do this. Like, oh my god, what am I watching? Like, what?
Where does Uncle Jesse go? Like, are, like, the Rippers in town? Like, they playing in Oakland?
He goes to the hair salon.
Oh, that's it? Like,
Oakland is just across the bridge from San Francisco.
Oh, I know, but, you know, that's a long... I feel like that's still a long drive. I feel like there's a lot of traffic crossing that bridge. Like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a wild episode. But in the first episode, Mark is doing substitute teaching at the high school where Dawnn Lewis works.
Yes. I guess it's like fried fish day at school, and like the science teacher eats too much and gets like food poisoning, so Marc Curry has to work there for a few days. I don't know, these kids just kind of like overcome them. I mean, they take over. Fucking Irvin Rodman, one of the asshole kids.
Yeah, well, one, we meet some of the core kids we will see Mark interact with over the next few seasons.
Oh yeah, like recurring cast.
So we get Mark in this like high school class, and you know, they do the thing where they put glue on his chair so then his pants he gets stuck to the chair. They just like walk all over him.
Yeah, I had a problem with the chair that they gave Mr. Cooper to like sit on. It was like a chair that like a student would use. It wasn't like a teacher chair. Were you upset by that too? Did that bother you?
Like, I was just like, why is that the chair? Like,
it was like a chair for like a kindergarten kid.
But like, after being on teacher TikTok, I feel like the schools do not provide like chairs for the teachers. So like, if they have like a nice chair in their room, that teacher bought it themselves.
Oh, they brought in their own desk chair?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just it was one of those vinyl chairs that like you see in like cafeterias.
Yeah.
Or like...
That was totally the chair, yeah.
Fast food restaurants. Like that was the chair that they gave the science teacher to sit in. And I don't know, it bothered me. Unless like maybe there was a nice chair and then the kids just like swapped it out. Like maybe one of the other kids took it. Like
this group of kids, the way they treat him throughout this episode, they're some of the like worst kids you could have in a class. They just walk all over him. They're like, oh, we usually get to listen to music. He's like, okay, that's cool. And then they just like take the inch he's given them like 10 miles with their behavior, being ridiculous. Like some of them skip out of the class.
Yeah.
And it's like his first ever substitute teaching job, so he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when he says, "All right, yeah, I guess we can listen to music while you guys study," and this girl busts out this like big ass LL Cool J style boombox and starts playing Motown Philly, and they all just get up and just start like raving and dancing in there. It's so fucking great. And
yeah.
Mr. Cooper joins in on the fun, so he starts like cutting the rug with them, and then like in walks like the stern fucking like headmaster of the school, and he's just like tapping Mr. Cooper on the shoulder and going like, "What are you doing? Like, what is this tomfoolery? Like, what's happening here?"
Yeah.
And Mr. Cooper is like trying to like play it cool and being like, "Oh, like we were learning about like ancient cultures that used to do rain dances."
Something like, yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, ancient cultures would listen to fucking Motown Philly.
Yeah, he tries to play it off.
I mean, he played it off pretty good. Like, I would have bought it. I don't know about you, but I might have bought it. Like,
maybe.
You gotta relate with the kids sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, yeah, the other kid, Irvin, he dips up to go buy BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe tickets. He, like, hops out the window. Fucking hops out the window. He's like, "I'm out, dude. See you later. I'll be back tomorrow."
I gotta go get these concert tickets.
He comes back and he tries to sell him the tickets for $100. And it's like, that must have been like probably like Taylor Swift prices in 1992, $100.
Don't remind me, Patrick. Don't remind me. I'm still not over the ticket prices.
I saw a TikTok like a month or two ago. It was like they were talking to Kurt Cobain. It was like an interview on like MTV or something. And they're talking to Kurt Cobain about like the price of Madonna tickets, and they were like $50, and he was like, "She's charging $50 for a concert?" And Kurt Cobain was mind blown by this.
God,
I was mind blown by it.
That's what I paid for Taylor Swift 5 years ago.
5 years ago, Taylor Swift is $50.
Yeah, like I mean, they were nosebleed seats. Like they were like way up in like the nosebleed section. Like I think it was like 5 rows away from like the actual last row. But like. And that's pretty much where my seats for Ed Sheeran are, too.
How much do you think that ticket would have cost today? That same ticket that you got 5 years ago for Taylor Swift, how much do you think it would have cost today?
It would be $600.
Oh, fucking highway robbery. Jesus Christ. What are you doing, Taylor Swift? What are you doing?
It's not even her. It's Ticketmaster.
I don't know. I feel like they're in on this together. I feel like they have a partnership.
Like, there are no tickets even available now for Denver.
Oh, she hasn't even been to Denver yet? How long has this tour been going on for? Because I feel like...
They were like $600 for that section.
I feel like this tour has been going on for years. Like, it's going on way too long. They need to stop the tour already.
Tickets went on sale in November. The tour started in April. And, it goes until August. Tonight and tomorrow, when we're recording this, I believe she's in Detroit.
Okay, so she's getting closer to your place. So I don't know.
And then the last concerts are in the end of July, start of August.
You need to start listening to the radio, maybe be the 15th caller, and maybe you'll win tickets. Maybe you'll get tickets. Maybe get VIP passes.
Oh my God.
And you can... I don't know, get splashed with fucking Taylor's sweat.
I would die.
Maybe Taylor's sweat glands.
You better be able to hop on a plane real fast, boy.
You would never shower again, I bet. I mean, if you told me you won tickets to Taylor Swift, I would hop on a plane and have Taylor Swift juice. I'd fucking put it in a bottle, like a Pepsi bottle, and sell it on eBay for like $1,000.
You probably could sell it for that much.
Way more than that. Probably like $20,000 I'd sell it for. All right, so let's talk about the sexual tension between Mr. Cooper and Holly Robinson, because there's some things going on between them too. There's some, and I think like Robin's kind of pissed about this. I got like Robin's like maybe she has a thing for Mr. Cooper too. I don't know. I was like trying to figure out the vibe here.
Mark has definitely had like a little crush on Vanessa since he first met her. Like whenever he visited Robin at college.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he met her a few times.
Like he's got a thing for her. Yeah, like he met her a few times. She's very attractive. She does not seem the way she sees Mark is like Robin's like childhood friend who she really doesn't even want living with them. She'll take the like decrease in her rent to have him live there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's kind of like icked by the idea. Like fine, I guess he can live here. We can pay like a little bit less, But, like, still kind of confusing because Mark moves in, Mr. Cooper moves in, and he doesn't even have a job. So it's like, are they, like, just currently paying for him? Like, I'm still confused by this.
No, I think he did have some money saved up.
Oh, okay.
And he has Robin got him the substitute teaching job. So it's not like they don't know if he's going to get a job. She's gotten him a job.
Yeah, well, I mean, in like the first scene, she literally announces that she got him a job, and he's excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he maybe had money saved up, like a few grand. He can at least get through the next few months. But
smarter than me.
I was just like, all right, let's have this guy live with us, and I don't know, like technically he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
They just needed a premise for a show. They just wanted to like Three's Company it some way.
And I mean,
can we talk about Vanessa's like work attire?
Oh my god!
Like, she comes home from her like law firm job, and she's dressed like Sigourney Weaver and Working Girl.
I mean, she's
got the shoulder pads.
Oh my god! Yes, this is like the end of the shoulder pads era too. But it's like she's got that tight dress on, but with the blazer over it.
Yeah, the little Working Girl blazer.
Because it's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Barbie doll Day to Night doll, where it's like she has like the professional looking outfit, but like you get rid of the blazer and it looks like a cute dress to wear to the club. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, yes, because Vanessa comes home from work and she's fucking all excited because she's got a date with William, who's like the hot shot guy at work. She's like, it's the guy that everyone wants to fuck. She like runs into her room, like changes into this like hot number real quick, and Mark's like staring at her rack. And
oh yeah, 100%.
Vanessa's like, "How do I look?" And Mark's like, yeah, you look great." And Robin's like, lay off her. She's your roommate. She's not your fucking one night stand. You can't do this to her. You can't do this to your roommate. I don't want like weird sex going on under my roof."
Totally. Like, can you blame her?
They kind of will they, won't they, Vanessa and Mr. Cooper eventually, though. Like, that's like what they were inching towards, like on the show.
Yes, this is definitely the setup of the will they, won't they, Mark and Vanessa stuff. Like, this is like early in the era where they kind of start to build to have those relationships in the shows.
Yeah, it's like we got to have them hate each other, be at each other's throats,
and then they're gonna get together, which eventually they do.
Yeah, they get married in the last episode. I think the final episode is them getting hitched.
Oh, see, I don't think I've ever seen the final episode. I'm gonna have to go on Max and watch it.
I think Mr. Cooper has like a string of relationships throughout the show, and then he finally like gets with Vanessa. And then I think they might break up and then like at the very end get together.
Yeah, like finally he and Vanessa like get together. Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds about right, especially for a sitcom of this era.
Do you know what kind of threw me off this episode? We don't have that kid Pete. What was the kid's name that lived next door? Tyler? Was that his name? Tyler?
Tyler, yes. It wasn't Roger. It was Tyler. I want to call him Roger, and I know why from Sister Sister. But yeah, it was Tyler.
Go home, Tyler. You're drunk.
I think Tyler shows up a few episodes in later as like the neighborhood kid.
Tyler's like the neighborhood kid that just like shows up all the time and just like he's just there. He just exists. And at first there's this like
he sees Mark as a positive male adult role model.
Yeah, but I think initially there's like bad blood between them. He's kind of like the Urkel at first. Like Mark just doesn't like him. And then, like, later on in the show, like, as the show progresses...
Well, yeah, Mark doesn't want kids hanging around.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? Why would you want this, like, 8-year-old kid to show up?
He gets traumatized by having Michelle Tanner hang around the house for a whole episode. But Tyler's definitely there before they bring on Raven-Symoné.
Oh, yeah, Raven-Symoné comes in at, I want to say, at least season 2. Like, Raven-Symoné's part of it. And I feel like that was the downfall of the show.
It is season 2. Because, like, Dawnn Lewis leaves for whatever reason. And then we get the cousin...
For whatever reason, they write off the character of Robin from the show. Nell Carter comes in as like a side character, and like Raven-Symoné joins the show as like a cousin or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, and like the Raven-Symoné's like character's mother is there too. She's like the new music teacher at the school. She becomes the new roommate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why. Like, I don't remember exactly why Dawnn Lewis left. Like, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. It is kind of weird because she had just she just abruptly left another world, or a different world before, like, doing the show. Like, she's the reason I watched the show, because I loved her on A Different World.
All right. Here we go. Lewis left the show after the conclusion of the first season due to the producers decided to change the direction of the show, and they wanted to replace her character with a mother and child. So they got Mark's cousin and her daughter, played by Raven-Symoné. Like, they wanted to go to a more family-friendly vibe and bring in more kids, because I guess people were, I don't know, maybe into the weird shit going on between Tyler and Mr. Cooper, like that weird, like, Dennis the Menace and Mr. Wilson vibe. So, like, let's bring on more kids, because people seem to like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Poor Dawnn Lewis. Poor Dawnn Lewis got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
Big fan. Big fan of Dawnn Lewis. Come back. Where are you now? I know you're on, like, 9... I've seen her. Like, she's in things, like, things I've watched recently, I feel like.
Like, she's still doing stuff. Like, she's been doing, like, The Simpsons and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. She's, like, Mrs. Hibbert now, right? She's the voice of Mrs. Hibbert.
I think so, yeah.
Like, she's had roles on Castle, One Tree Hill, The Cleveland Show, The Simpsons. She's a recurring voice on there. Multiple characters.
Mm-hmm.
The Boys, 911, Grey's Anatomy. She was the voice of Carmen Sandiego, I think.
What?
Oh, no, she plays the Chief. She plays the Chief in the Carmen Sandiego, like, cartoon that came out a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
That still might be on? I don't know.
I don't watch any of that, but yeah.
I don't know. I was never a Carmen Sandiego fan anyway. Never played the games.
But yeah, she's worked like she's doing mostly voice work now.
Good time to be Dawnn Lewis. You got shunned off one show and then has a great career. Unlike Holly Robinson-Peete, who's on, like, weird fucking reality shows on, like, TLC.
It's not even TLC, dude. It's, like, the Hallmark Channel.
Is it the Hallmark Channel?
Yeah.
For Pete's Sake is on the Hallmark Channel?
Holly Robinson-Peete, like, she got, so she did the first season of The Talk with Leah Remini and all them. And then her and Leah got cut. They're still, like, best friends. Holly Robinson-Peete does Hallmark movies. She does, like, Hallmark movies. She had, like, a mystery series on Hallmark. And I think, like, she had, like, a short-lived reality show, and I think it was on one of the Hallmark channels.
Okay. It was called For Pete's Sake, right? Like, because it was, like, a play on her name?
Yeah.
Because she's married to, what's his name? Rodney Peete?
Mm-hmm.
From the Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, and, like, I don't know, 18 other fucking teams.
Yeah.
Like, he was just this guy that just, like, moved around the NFL, just always being traded and stuff. Wait, hold on. Did you know, I just learned this right now, that Holly Robinson played the role of Diana Ross in the Jacksons miniseries.
I did not know that.
I
think the last time, I don't think I have ever actually watched the Jacksons miniseries, like, all the way through.
Yeah, you did not watch that? That was, like, my jam back in 1992. Like, I VHS recorded that.
I've definitely watched bits and pieces. You know, I have complicated feelings about Michael Jackson.
That is true. But even young Kat Halstead wasn't into the Jacksons.
And my mom might have watched. Like, see, Michael Jackson was never, like, a big thing in my house.
Oh, he was my world.
Like, I don't know, just
I was all about that guy.
Like, I definitely think like I'm gonna marry Michael Jackson because he was, like, the only famous name I knew.
5-year-old me wanted to marry Michael Jackson too. I was like, come on, Michael Jackson, kidnap me. Make me your new Macaulay Culkin.
So Holly Robinson-Peete's shows, like, they started on the Hallmark Channel, her reality, and then they went on to the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Okay. That was For Pete's Sake, right? That was her show. That was the one that followed her and Rodney.
Yeah, For Pete's Sake, and there was, like, another one.
Meet the Pete's. That's what it was called. Meet the Pete's. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm learning a lot about Holly Robinson-Peete today. Did you know that she had a short-lived career as a singer?
That makes sense. I feel like I know that already.
She contributed to a song on the 21 Jump Street soundtrack, like the TV series, and, hold on, and Howard the Duck soundtrack.
What? Howard the Duck?
Holly Robinson-Peete recorded...
I love how that's the part that, like, stops us in our tracks.
Not just one song, a variety of songs to fucking Howard the Duck. I'm looking at the soundtrack. There's like 19 songs on the Howard.
Dude, she was in the movie Howard the Duck.
Was she? Was she in Howard the Duck? I don't remember her being in that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She played Casey Cherry Bomb.
Okay, so she must have been in the Cherry Bomb band. like Leah Thompson's band, like in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her being in it. So like that like Howard the Duck song, she's like singing in that. Holy shit!
Wow, that is wild.
Holy shit, blew my mind. Yeah, there's 19 songs on the Howard the Duck soundtrack, and she's in like 13 of them.
Okay.
You know what? I gotta find this soundtrack on fucking Spotify later.
Yeah, I'm always like surprised people don't use Spotify. Like, I wanted to send like one of my friends a mix, and they're like, I don't use it.
I actually use Apple Music, but I said Spotify. I don't know why.
I just can't with you.
And as of this year, Holly Robinson-Peete was the fairy on The Masked Singer.
Ooh, I have never actually watched The Masked Singer. Like, it's just not something I think to put on.
Me neither, but it's not my vibe. Not my vibe.
Like, I'll see some clips of it, like, once in a while, but...
and she's also on an episode of Hollywood Medium, along with her and...
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, Hollywood Medium.
Yeah, it's an episode with Jesse Tyler Ferguson and her. They're in the episode together.
Like, I know they're not hanging out together, but in my brain, they are. And it's beautiful.
And she's also on an episode of Cocktails with Chloe, and it's in the episode called Khloe Kardashian Spills the OJ.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I need to know what Cocktails with Kaylee is. Oh, it was Khloe Kardashian's talk show on E. Oh, no, I'm sorry, on FYI cable channel. I don't even know what the fuck that is. What's going on? What are we...
What are these like, what are all these channels?
And Cocktails with Chloe is Cocktails with a K. By the way.
Of course it is.
Because of course it is.
Kris Jenner will never let that end.
I don't even know what the FYI cable channel is. It was no, just to the end of the world. FYI cable was a joint venture between Disney and A&E.
Okay then.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. So Disney and A&E fucked and had FYI. like one night stand love child.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
And it also aired reruns of King of Queens on that network too. It was also on there.
Oh my god.
So it was like King of Queens and Cocktails with Chloe, the FYI channel. Good times.
Oh my god.
What else goes on this episode? I feel like we're like missing important data about this episode.
Basically, Robin, played by Dawnn Lewis, tells Marc not to be hitting on Vanessa. Like, they're roommates, not gonna happen, just like let it go. Vanessa goes on a hot date with a lawyer. Marc has to figure out how to, like, get the kids in line. And so, like, the next day, he tries to be more stern. And he gets a few things. Like, I think he gets the window shut so that Irvin can't climb out of it to go buy tickets.
To go buy BBD tickets.
And stuff, but that's when they glue him to the seat.
I love that, Urban's wearing cross-colored clothes, too.
Yes, it's amazing. He's one that we will see for the next few years.
Yeah, Irvin's a mainstay on this show, right? Like, he's one of the recurring kids?
Yeah, like, eventually he gets into the opening credits.
Oh, nice. Good for him. Good for that actor. I've never seen him in anything else, but good for him. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, boy. Glad you got to be popular on a TGIF sitcom for a few years. You know what? It probably got you laid. If I got you laid all the time. You had clout. You had major clout at school.
Apparently, he has done quite a bit of things.
What's the name of him? What's the actor's name?
This is Omar Gooding.
He related to Cuba Gooding?
Brother of Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, shit, man. I can see it now. I see it.
Okay. I know you've seen at least one of these other things.
Alright, give me some names.
This is the one I know you've seen him in. Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yes, but I don't remember him though.
Now that I'm like thinking about it, I totally remember him. In Smart Guy, that Disney Channel sitcom.
Oh, with Taj Mowry. Yeah, okay, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, alright, it's all coming together to me right now.
Yeah, and then apparently the movie Baby Boy.
Did that just come out?
Which
is that like a newer movie?
No, this has like some names in it.
Give me some names.
Names including Tyrese Gibson.
Oh, okay.
Taraji Henson.
Oh, okay.
Snoop Dogg.
What?
Yeah, so he was in that, and then he was in like a sitcom called Family Time.
No.
Which is apparently you can stream it on something called Brown Sugar.
I need to know what else is on Brown Sugar.
It's got 8 seasons.
I'm going to the Brown Sugar website right now to see what's on there. what their lineup is.
I have never heard of this channel in my life.
Oh, it like won't let me look at the lineup unless I like make an account.
Okay, so this is Family Time, which is the name of his show that he had from June 18th, 2012 to December 16th, 2020, is about Anthony and Lisa Stallworth, a working class family bumped to middle class by a winning lottery ticket.
Okay.
Is the first original series for Brown Sugar.
It's got Pam Grier movies on there. Oh man, it's only $3.99 a month. I might sign up for this. But you know how it is. I'm intrigued. Color me intrigued, because
like the network's not even like listed on here. Oh, original network was Bounce TV.
Okay, I know Bounce TV.
I've heard of Bounce.
Yeah, I've watched that sometimes. I think like Living Single's on there and Living Color reruns.
Yeah, that makes sense. Parenthood, Rock, The Hughleys.
Oh man, love Rock. Love me some Rock.
I know you love that one.
Oh man, of all these shows are on Brown Sugar, I am 100% signing up for Brown Sugar. It's gonna look a little weird on my credit card statement, but no one has to see that. No one ever looks at my credit card statement.
A Different World, The Bernie Mac Show, Everybody Hates Chris, In the Heat of the Night. You love that show.
Oh, I love In the Heat of the Night. Yes, I finally watched it like a couple years ago. We get to solve, murders in the bayou.
It had Law and Order and NCIS New Orleans.
I guess I could kind of see that.
It had the Cosby Show and Cosby, and those got cut as soon as Cosby got canceled.
I mean, technically, you can watch all those shows on another streaming app. You don't need to, sign up for Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
I feel like I can watch any of those on Amazon right now.
Oh, probably.
Any one of those. Literally, could just fire up Amazon and watch The Hughleys if I wanted to. I feel like I've seen it on there. I feel like it popped up on the list. Maybe not the Parenthood, but I thought I saw the Parenthood on Max. So.
It's somewhere. I know I've seen it around.
Omar Gooding, if you want to share your account with me, I would be honored to share your Brown Sugar account.
For real.
I want to see what's on your queue, what you've queued up. Call us, Omar Gooding. And tell us what it was like to be on Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. Tell us, give us the tea on Marc Curry, because he's had the last 10 years has been pretty bad for him. He almost he caught on fire. He was fixing his water heater and got 3rd-degree burns. I was reading.
Really? I was just thinking I never hear anything about him, but he's got a lot of videos on the Insta.
He suffered bad burns and was really depressed for a while and went down a dark path. But I think he's come out of it though. I think he's doing well. I think he might end things again, maybe. I guess he said Instagram videos. I mean, I guess that's the new TV, right?
Yeah, kind of.
The new TV.
He might have been on some episodes of Family Reunion on Netflix. I don't remember him on there. Oh, he's the principal.
Okay.
He was. He totally was.
Might have been? You saying?
He was. He was Principal Glass on those. Oh, there's a whole season I haven't even watched of that. I actually really enjoyed that show.
Was it the Marc Curry season?
There's a lot. Okay, here's the thing. If you watch Family Reunion on Netflix, there's just so many faces that are familiar. You gotta be Googling half the time to keep up, because you just place them right away.
I don't think I know what Family Reunion on Netflix is. What are you talking about?
It's okay. So, it is a series on Netflix. The premise is the oldest son was a football star, and he married his college girlfriend. They have 4 kids, and he made some bad investments, and so now he's moving back in with his mom and dad. His dad is a preacher.
Does this have one of the sister girls, Tia and Tamara, on it?
Yes, it does. It has Tia.
Okay. I know this show. All right, I never watched it, but it's definitely
yeah.
I've definitely scrolled through it, because I remember seeing Thelma Hopkins was on an episode, and I remember I wanted to watch it because Thelma Hopkins was on there.
Yeah, she's been on episodes.
I love me some Thelma Hopkins.
Perry Gilpin from Frasier has been on an episode.
Yeah, Roz, right? She played Roz?
Yeah, she played Roz. She plays
nice.
Tia Mowry's mother on the show.
Oh.
It's an interesting show. I think you would enjoy it.
You know what? I might check it out. Also, your boy Jaleel White is in an episode too. Urkel himself.
That makes pretty much if you are a famous African American who's not superstar, you've been on this show.
Yeah, Taj Mowry, Jackie's been on episodes. Tempest Bledsoe, Jaleel White, Brandy Glanville was on an episode. You know what? I might check this out tonight. You know what? I was gonna watch The Hunger Games, but maybe instead I'll watch Family Reunion.
So yeah, it's an interesting show.
I'm intrigued by this. Color me intrigued. There's a lot I'm into.
Okay, I think you should watch The Hunger Games instead.
All right, start with The Hunger Games and end with a little Family Reunion. You think that's the course?
Yeah, I think that's the play for tonight.
All right. So I'll do The Hunger Games, the first one, and then that might be too heavy, so I'll end the night with Family Reunion, kind of like coast into bed. How about that?
That sounds good. That sounds good to me.
That works. All right. Any last minute thoughts on Mr. Cooper? Did we miss anything? Do you feel like we got the vibe? Do you feel like we hung with him enough? Or
in all honesty, I don't think we did miss anything.
Okay, yeah, it was a very basic episode. It was a good setup.
I think I went in and watched the next 2 episodes, just not even thinking. It just kept going, and I just kept watching.
Lived in that moment.
Yeah, that's how I knew about Michelle Tanner.
You wanted to see Uncle Jesse questionably drop off his niece.
And then there's another one where his ex-girlfriend comes back.
I still can't get over that. You know what?
At some random person's house. It's her substitute teacher.
I don't know. I don't buy that he was going to the hair salon. I feel like he was up to shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird.
Maybe he goes to Oakland to cheat on Aunt Becky. Maybe there's some hot puss in Oakland.
Oh my gosh, no. But
he dropped Michelle off.
Is Becky pregnant at this point? I can't remember.
I feel like we had Nikki and Alex at this season. I feel like they were babies, and then all of a sudden they were 4 years old. The next episode.
Yeah, it's a blur. I haven't I'm not doing a Full House rewatch or anything anytime soon.
Man, hey, hold on. Did Uncle Jesse meet Vanessa? Does he meet Vanessa when in that episode?
Yes, he does.
Oh, what did he think of her? What was his thoughts? I want to know Uncle Jesse's thoughts on Vanessa.
There were no thoughts that Uncle Jesse shared with us in that episode.
Oh, he didn't want to go for a little ride around town with Vanessa?
If he did, he didn't say anything.
I don't know. I kind of want that. I want that side storyline of Uncle Jesse peering through the windows, looking at Vanessa, watching Vanessa get undressed or something. Changed into her new.
Oh my god!
From her daytime attire to her nighttime attire to her sexy little yellow dress that she wears. Nice and skimpy with her tits hanging out.
Oh my god.
All right. On a scale of 1 out of 5, how many Belle Biv DeVoe tickets would you rate this episode? Are we going to get a Rear Cat 5? Are we going to get a middling? Are we going to get a goose egg? Because I'm going to guess. I'm going to take a wild guess and say you're going to give this a 4. I don't know why. I'm getting 4 vibes from you tonight.
Damn you! How did you know?
I didn't get a lot of texts from you about the pilot episode. You sent me a lot of texts about the Michelle Tanner episode, so I was like, yeah, this is probably a 4.
I mean, it's a really quality pilot. It really sets you up and it introduces you to everything.
It is.
And
yeah,
it's not a lot of pilots that you can see where you can tell where they have to go in and retool a bunch of stuff just to make it work.
Yeah, and they don't overly set up the premise. They just kind of casually
here it is.
Get the show rolling.
Yeah.
And
the only thing that really changes from this to the second episode is the set. That's the only real difference. Is you're no longer in the Seaver house, you're finally in their house. Yeah, there's nothing in this pilot episode that has to drastically change over the next few episodes to make the show work.
No, that's why I think I kind of dug it, because I'm going to give it a 4 also. I don't know, I dug the characters, I dug the vibe between everybody, everyone seemed like they got along. There's chemistry between them. I actually yeah, okay, I do see Marc Cooper being lifelong friends with Dawnn Lewis. Oh yeah, all right, I can see why he's into Holly Robinson-Peete. And then it's you know what, I love the interaction of him at the school, and it was just all fun little thing. Plus the opening segment was very fourth wall breaking with Alan Thicke.
Yeah.
So we kind of got that little torching, the passing of the torch there. And then the closing credits was even funny. It's Mark talking to the audience and being hey, watch us every week, and you get to see us do it again next week. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of funny. It was just very playful. They didn't take it seriously. It wasn't very special episode-y.
Yeah, it was just very, this is what we're doing, we're gonna have fun on TV, join us kind of thing. We don't have to oversell what we're doing.
Yeah, especially for a Jeff Franklin show, which is always those huggy moments at the end. No, it was just We're just here for a good time. Watch us every week. Tuesday nights at 8:30 after Full House, before Roseanne, and like a few hours before going to Extremes. You're going to love this night. You're going to love it. And I guess we kind of did for a little bit until they retooled the show in the second season. And that's the show. Do we know what we're doing next week? Like, do we? I don't even think we ever talked about anything for next week.
No, we didn't. We have no clue what we're doing. If we had a clue, we forgot.
Should we start talking about what we were talking about earlier in the episode? Cuoco Vision? Kaylee Cuoco Vision? Should we go into that world?
I mean, we could. We could try it. We could see if we can do it. I mean, we got easy access to 8 Simple Rules, Big Bang Theory. We can find Charmed if we have to. Flight Attendant. We got all kinds of stuff we could do with her.
All right. I think we should go back to the beginning. I think we should trace the steps of her career, of her illustrious career, and do 8 Simple Rules. I think we should go to where we fell in love with her, like where we first met her. I mean, she probably did other stuff before that, but this is where I know her from.
I agree with you.
All right. So you know what? We'll find a nice juicy episode. I would like to do one with John Ritter. I don't want to do like a sad one like when he's dead. So let's not go down that well.
I mean, if we do one past that, it's got to be deeper into the second season. It can't be early first season.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be sad and like what.
Hey Patrick, can I blow your mind for a hot second?
Go for it.
Can I blow your mind here? Her third acting credit is from My So-Called Life as young Angela.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Whoa. Mind explosion right there. I think a bunch of worlds just collapsed like into one right now in my head. Because I think I know that episode. Like I can picture a flashback episode when Angela's young.
Okay. She was also on an episode of the TV show Ellen as a young Ellen. And
I'm not ready for this.
And she was in one of my favorite Jennifer Aniston movies, Picture Perfect, as a little girl.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, if you say Picture Perfect, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. And you said Picture Perfect.
Patrick, it gets better. Our girl played Maureen McCormick in Growing Up Brady.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't breathe. I need some oxygen. Your boy needs some oxygen.
Oh my god. And then she was on Ellen's other show for an episode.
Oh, like the After Ellen show? Whatever show that was?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
That was actually called The Ellen Show.
Oh, yeah. It was only on for like one season, right? It's just like a one...
I only watched like one episode because it's on like a DVD of Christmas episodes. Oh my god, we have to find Crimes of Fashion.
Oh, we are finding this. Crimes of Fashion.
ABC Family movie with Megan Fox.
Oh my god. Yes, we are watching that. We are 100% watching that. We're going to have fun with Kaylee Cuoco Vision. We might just...
We got so much we can work with.
You know what? We're just going to rebrand for a while and just be the Kaylee Cuoco podcast.
There's so much.
For a long ass time. And then we'll come back in like a year and just do other things.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
She's great. Shout out to her. All of her stuff. Crimes of Fashion, based on a true story, The Flight Attendant, the last season of Charmed, 8 Simple Rules, Big Bang Theory, young Angela Chase, young Ellen.
We can't forget the movie with Rob Lowe.
What movie is that?
That's the Drew Peterson movie we couldn't find that we wanted to do when we were doing Rob Lowe.
You shouted that so loud I didn't hear what you said.
The Drew Peterson movie from Lifetime with Rob Lowe.
Oh, the one we were going to watch.
Drew Peterson, Untouchable.
Yeah, the one we were going to watch but never did because we couldn't find it anymore. Like, it disappeared from Amazon.
They wanted like $14.99 to rent it.
Yeah, we were like, fuck that. All right. I'm dipping out. I've had enough. I'm going to go fucking watch Kaylee Cuoco, The Hunger Games, and Family Reunion, and For Pete's Sake, and... I don't know. Whatever else we gotta do.
We will see you guys next time.
All right. Where can you follow our Wild Ass Adventures cut also the author? Where can you follow us?
Oh, you can follow us on Twitter @VeryPodcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, TikTok @AVerySpecialPodcast. VerySpecialPodcast.com. You have found us somehow on some format, so you should subscribe and comment and talk to us and let us know that people actually listen to this. Because sometimes we don't think you guys do.
Sometimes people comment. Sometimes we get some like fun YouTube comments. Like, we owe somebody something. So it's coming, dude. Don't worry, it's coming. We're going to do that one episode of Girl Pains that you want us to do. But it's coming. Just hang in tight there. We got to get through Cuoco Vision first. So
you'll have that one episode of Growing Pains hiding.
Yeah, we have that one that we still gotta put out there, so it's coming, dude. Don't worry. All right. And as always, girl,
bye!
Watch the skies for Kaylee Cuoco as a flight attendant. And she's probably up there drunk with Rosie Perez as I say this.